the 5 most fucked drugs in the world. Number 5 is fucking crystal meth. I mean, meth is something that when you smoke it, the residue on a wall can be considered toxic. That's how dangerous this drug is, and most people will admit that once you get to a certain point of crystal meth use, that it is a very obsessive drug, and it is a drug that is full of impulsivity. You will lie, cheat, steal, you will rob motherfuckers to get high on fucking meth. And the problem with it also too is it isn't super duper expensive. It's very cheap, and it's also extremely easy to get. Number fucking 4 is going to be bath salts. Bath salts are the cheap man's fucking cocaine, MDMA. I mean, it gives you kind of that psychological, psychedelic side of it, stimulant. The stimulant affects the central nervous system, and it's extremely cheap, and it's dangerous, and that's when you know that you are fucked as an addict. Like, you have went to the point that you're not even doing coke anymore, you're not even smoking crack anymore, that you are to the point that you're doing fucking bath salts. And that alone it's synthetic, that is extremely cheap, it's easy to get, and it's fucking scary as fuck, man. It shows how messed in the mind we are. Number 3 is crack cocaine. I mean, when you get to the point that you're doing crack cocaine, you're obsessed with the drug. You are no longer a coke addict anymore. You are an addict that this is your life. And you haven't hit rock bottom yet, unfortunately. And unfortunately, at that point, it is so destructive. It's so hard to pull yourself out of that hell that it's a fucking beast. And I've watched so many people go further down into hell when they get to the point that they are smoking crack. And most can't pull themselves out of it. And that's the unfortunate reality of it. And number 2 is going to be heroin. Heroin is a fucked drug. I mean, nobody in their right mind is taking fucking black tar heroin, stuff that could be cut with whatever, and shooting it up, finding a shoestring to fucking tighten around to try and pop those veins out. Once they blow out a fucking vein here, you're looking for another fucking vein. I mean, that shows the sickness of the disease of addiction. Is heroin, to me, is one of the most fucked drugs there is. And the 5th most fucked drug, the number 1, is fentanyl. Because you literally, you've given up at that point of you don't realize of how obsessed you are with something to the nod to, I mean, when you're watching people walking around like zombies, just fading in and out of conscious and unconsciousness, that you're fucked. I mean, these are the 5 drugs that I have watched snatch the most souls, man, and they will snatch your soul. And I will always say this, is the greatest thing I ever did was get sober 7/25/17. It's a fight one day at a time. It's always going forward and pushing forward, and knowing that it can get better, knowing that it's worth it, and knowing that you're worth it. So for the ones that are going through it right now, fucking proud of you. Don't give up.